Hi writers, how are you? I've been missing visiting writers' workshops and classrooms every day, and so I was thinking about all my friends that I usually get to see in writers' workshop, and I was thinking about what kind of writing you could be doing at home. And one of the things I thought about was writing letters, because right now when you can't be with all the people that you love to see every day at school, writing letters is a really nice way to reach out. So I thought I would make a video today to show you the steps to writing a letter. Okay? So the first step in writing a letter is that you need to pick someone to write to. Okay, so you might write to a friend from school or maybe a family member that's really far away. You also could write to your teacher or your principal, or maybe you're usually on like a sports team like soccer or basketball, or you take dance lessons and you have a coach or an instructor that you're missing seeing. You could write them too. So what you're going to do is pick out that person that you want to write to, okay? And then you're going to get some paper. Any kind of paper is fine. Pens and markers or pencils, whatever you have on hand. And then the other thing you might do is you might sit with a grown-up before they head off to do their work and think of some words that could be helpful for you. So for example, the grown-up could help you get a list of the names of the people that you'd like to write to so you would know how to spell them. And then the grown-up also might be able to help you make like a little bank of words that you might want to use. Like I think that word dear is important because that's in letters a lot. Love, although I know a lot of you guys already know how to spell the word love. I think I would use the word have a lot because I'd be saying, I have been doing this, I have been doing that. Or friend. And then this is such an important sentence, isn't it? How are you? Because that's really what you want to know. You want to know how your friends are doing. So maybe think about asking a grown-up to make a little word bank with you so that you can have those words ready when you go to write your letter. So once you have your paper all set up, the first thing is you're going to have to learn about the parts of a letter. Because just like all the other writing that you do, where you have like a nonfiction writing, you have chapters, and in a how-to writing, you have steps. In letter writing, you have special parts too. So the first part to a letter is that you need to write the date and the greeting. So the date you can write a lot of different ways. Some people like to write the date like all written it out, March 25th, 2020, and they write the whole word out. Other people like to use a number to show which month it is. So since March is the third month, they use a 3, and they use a backslash 3, 25, 20. Or other people like to use a dash. You can do any of those. Those work out fine. So you put the date, and then you also write the greeting. And the greeting is where you say hi to your reader. And so lots of people start letters with the words dear so-and-so. Or sometimes they say hi. So I was writing a letter to my nephew, Kevin, and I wrote, Dear Kevin, and then I put a comma. See that? And then my son, Jack, was writing a letter to his friend, Owen. So he wrote, Dear Owen. And my daughter, Alice, is writing to her teacher, Miss Mitri. So she wrote, Dear Miss Mitri. So you can do that and put a comma after every one so that you have the date and the greeting. Once you have those two parts down, the next step is that you write the body of the letter. It's called the body. It's kind of like the main part. And there's two things you want to do in the body of a letter. First, you want to tell them what have you been doing, right? So tell them what you have been doing in your life while you've been home and away from school. How have you been spending your time? And so you're going to tell about yourself. And then it's really nice to ask the person who's reading questions about them so that you can learn about what they have been doing. So when I wrote to Kevin, I'm the kind of writer who was just using some pictures, and I said, I have been cooking a lot, I have been reading a lot, and then Jack said to his friend, I have been playing outside a lot on nice days. We have extended our screen time a lot further. I bet that you guys are on screens more at home than normal too, right? Alice had said, I'm watching my sister make a cake, reading, and writing you this note. So you tell your reader a little bit about you. And then you ask about them. So Alice said, are you watching any good movies or reading any good books? And Jack said, I would like to know what you have been doing and how you are doing. And I just asked my nephew, how are you? That nice sentence that can ask your reader, how are they doing? So once you have the body of your letter written, then you need to write the closing. And the closing is where you say goodbye to your reader. So you could say, love so-and-so, or your friend, or sincerely. That's like a very formal way to say goodbye. And you want to write that at the bottom of your letter, love, and then you put a comma after your word, and then you put your name underneath it. That's the closing, okay? So here's the part that I think is kind of good, though. Once you have your letter all written out, I think it's really nice to add something special, okay? Just something that will make your reader smile. So you could get out your markers and your crayons. Maybe you have some stickers at your house, anything you like. Jack decided to make some fireworks on his letter for his friend Owen, and then he made him kind of like a little puzzle to figure out here in the middle. And Alice drew a bunch of hearts for her teacher, just something to make it special so that your reader knows that you're thinking about them. So now you can see that you have all the parts of your letter. You've got your date, and you've got the greeting, and then you've got the body of your letter, and then you have your closing. And your last step is to figure out how to send it. So maybe you have envelopes and stamps at your house and you know the address of the person that you are writing to. Like I bet you know the address of your family members or some of your friends. Maybe you don't have their address or you don't have any stamps or envelopes. So what you could also do is just take a picture of it and text or email that letter. So you could have a grown-up say, oh, let me take a picture. I can email it to your teacher, because most of the grown-ups have the teacher's emails. And so if you'd like, you could write me a letter. I would love to hear from you. And you can send it to me. Take a picture and send it to me at my email. Okay? Writers, I miss coming to see you at Writers Workshop so much. I can't wait to see you again soon. I hope to hear about the great letters that you are writing. And remember, if you write a couple letters every day, you might start getting a couple letters every day in the mail. Take care.